God isn't in the dress rehearsals of tragedy. He's in the live production, and that's where I was missing the link that anything imagined in my mind, that's not where he lives. So in April of 2022, I was in the middle of the Untying the Knots class, and I had just shared with the group that although that life was going really well for us, I was almost afraid to embrace it and enjoy it, because I kept kind of thinking, well, when's the other shoe going to fall? And I had some anxiety about that. There were times that I call it dress rehearsed tragedy. I would go over in my mind, well, what if this terrible thing happened? And I think subconsciously I would think, well, if I kind of imagine it, maybe if something bad really happened, then I, kind of take the edge off. Ironically enough, during that week, I took Dave to the emergency room, and within a couple hours, he was diagnosed with stage 4 kidney cancer. And went back to the class a few days later, and I said, well, guys, the other shoe did fall, but I'm actually doing okay. And I knew that it was a surprise to Dave and a surprise to me. I can only say that it was God. That didn't mean that I didn't have some stress or some concern or some worry about his condition, because I did. But what I felt was kind of an umbrella of peace over the whole situation. One time in particular, he had gotten a scan result that was not good. And I can remember kind of crying and just asking him, well, what are we going to do? And he just said, well, we're just going to take the next step. And I thought, well, I can do that. I don't think that we're supposed to look up the staircase. That's very overwhelming. It's in the future. I don't think that it's healthy to do that. We just need to concentrate on where we are. The step, that's where the light is. That's where he is. And it's just a little bit more doable, one step at a time, instead of looking at these steps and you're pretty like, oh, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna climb this? There were some really, really dark days during that time period, and I remember sometime in there, I don't know how it kind of came to me, but I started praying that the Lord would show me one good thing in every day. One time in particular that stands out is I had taken him to the hospital. He was very mentally confused, and it was real hard. And I had run to Starbucks, sat outside for a few minutes just kind of to get a little bit of a break, and I heard my name. And I turned around, and it was two ladies that I worked with at my volunteer job. They didn't know everything that was going on, and they came over and asked me, and I started to cry. And I told them what was going on, and they said, well, we're going to pray for you. And I told them, I said, you're my good thing today. You're my good thing. And they looked at me and they said, we almost didn't get out of the car. We were going to go through the drive-thru, and something made us go, let's just get out and go in. He passed away October 5th. And since then, I would say that my relationship with God has become more intimate, become more personal. There's a verse in Psalms that says, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted. And I have felt that. And when somebody is close to you, and you know they want to be, it draws you to them. I've learned to trust him more. I've learned to let my emotion, that he doesn't care if I have these strong emotions, that he's there and he will allow me to be that way. So I feel like my relationship is so much more solid and steadfast, and I can say it truly from the first person. You will go through pain in this life, but he will make it bearable. I feel like I can 100% get behind that because I've experienced it.